Hello, welcome to the gas station where the prices are now. I don't really know.
This is
So
we just met up.
We have just met up, and
at the gas station.
And as the title of this video kind of leaves you like a cliffhanger. Good cliffhanger.
This is a good monster.
This one deserves that. Well, technically this is your video. I'm here. I was here too, but like technically this is your video.
Here's what y'all been asking for. Here's the explanation. So we're gonna explain.
Good cliffhanger.
Alright guys, well, I'm gonna explain what's been going on here. Obviously, the last time you saw this, we were putting the mud flaps on and I said I just got it back not too long ago from Boston. So let's catch you guys up from what happened since we went to Boston. So we were going out there to get tuned, and we were actually going to do a giveaway if anyone guessed the numbers correctly, but I didn't actually end up getting dyno tuned. I am tuned for everything that has changed, and I think let's start it like that. So first things first, I dropped the car off. They went and they start off by doing a little test drive just to see if they notice anything right off the bat that's wrong with it, and they did. They noticed just a weird kind of lack in power. So when they pulled it in, they did a quick check over and the turbo had to go. So basically, and I think we explained this in that video, the faceplate of the turbo was shifting. Now I have a 2017 STI turbo in the car, which I believe it's a VF48, the VF43 that or VF46? 43, yeah, VF43 that was in the car, which was that rebuilt one. This is not a rebuilt one. This one's only got like, I think only like 15,000 miles, maybe 5,000, like really low miles on this turbo. So that was the first thing they did. Wasn't making a lot of power, so they swapped out the turbo to see if that was the problem. Obviously, with the faceplate shifting, it just wasn't safe. Oh, the inlet I bought an inlet from our buddy Ian, which nothing wrong with Ian or anything. This is just, it was kind of just a cheap inlet for me to get. He got it, only 20 bucks. I picked it up. Obviously, if you pay, like, you get what you pay for. That's all I'm trying to say. It was supposedly, I guess, kind of collapsing on itself because the silicone that it was made out of wasn't, I don't know, it just was crappy. So it just like would suck in, pretty much blocking the airflow to the turbo. So now they replaced that, Bren that is, replaced that with a nice Perrin turbo inlet. And what's actually really nice about that is they did use some of the fittings that we had, but everything just kind of the way it's put back together was really nicely kind of put back, obviously because they're, I don't want to say like a race shop, but obviously they're a tuning shop, so they build builds, you know? Does that make sense?
They're Bob the Builder.
They build cars, so they do it the right way. Everything just looks really clean compared to kind of the crappy way we had it. And the black looks much better than the yellow. So they did end up looking into kind of fuel because it still wasn't producing a lot of power. And they did want to check the spark plugs. They wanted to check those just to make sure they knew exactly what plugs I was running. The plugs weren't bad at all, those were fine. They ended up replacing my coil packs because I don't know if I showed this in the rebuild process, but they're all kind of like mix and matched, different kind of plugs. I wasn't sure what they were. They weren't, it seemed like some of them were stock, some of them were replaced with like AutoZone plugs. So those were all replaced with 2015 STI plugs. Last but not least, they replaced the injectors. Now, I guess the problem with the injectors I had, which you guys saw me install, we thought originally that they were supposed to be WRX injectors, and then they weren't, and we did some research, and then we thought they were injector dynamics injectors, and they weren't. They ended up just being generic Bosch injectors, which is weird because talking with Ian, he said he's pretty sure that that's what one of our other friends ran on his STI, and they were supposed to be top feed Subaru injectors. They're supposed to work. But the way that Bren explained it to me is that they weren't, I guess, in a way like seating properly, so they weren't properly firing, and that was causing kind of like a timing knock at like part throttle. So being at like 3,000 RPM the whole drive there, they said I was pretty much timing knocking the whole way, unless there was other knocking too, but I don't know exactly. It's a little too much for me. I'm not that knowledgeable. So they were said that the next step would be to scope it and check inside the cylinder walls, and then if they couldn't find anything there, then they'd do a compression test. So sticking the scope in, they said that it appeared that the cylinder walls are scored and that there's a ton of carbon buildup inside the motor, which is really odd for this supposed to be being a brand new motor from Subaru, which only, like the time I've had it, would only have had, like probably up till now, it's probably got maybe 5,000–6,000 miles on it, if it's truly a brand new motor. So what it appears that it doesn't look new. We're not sure why this is. Yeah, it's just the whole motor. It's the cylinder walls are scored on that. They said the heads don't look good either. They pretty much are saying the whole block needs a complete overhaul, needs to be completely rebuilt. So moving away from all the motor problems, the new plan is, when I do come across enough money to fund this build again, because the car does run, I'm gonna drive it until it blows up, pretty much. It won't blow up though, because it's a Subaru. They rely. Yeah, I'm gonna drive the car. It's not acting weird. I'm watching all my numbers. Everything's fine. I'm not getting on it at all. I literally, day to day, get at most like a pound of boost. So, and that's not because the turbo is not producing it. I'm just not getting into it. So, new build is pretty much. What are you doing? Yeah, it's either pay me and I'll do an RV swap, woo! Or I'm just gonna keep waiting and I'm gonna just do a STI pretty much. So what that means is
the little oh.
Pretty much means that Calvin's gonna be sad, and I'm gonna be happy because of the Subaru.
If you guys want to see an RV in there, you guys have to pitch in and fund it. You know?
Yeah, it's like the RV. That's for you guys. If you want us to go full send with this and do an RV, that's gonna be like my funding and your funding. But if you want it just to be my funding, we'll have to stick with the Subaru.
Start a GoFundMe.
Yeah, I might. Yeah, let me know what you think. If you guys have any suggestions or ideas of a different way I can go about rebuilding this car when that time comes, let me know. Obviously, we're gonna have all of our buddies involved again, helping us get it done. Let us know. I'd love to hear your opinions. I'm sure there's a lot of other people out there that know more about this than I do, and I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. For everyone that was wondering what was going on, that's what happened. If I missed anything, let me know.
Ask away.
Ask away. I can let you know.
We have been getting a million questions about this, so now we want to clear it up. I know this is taking so long.
You've been getting questions. No one asks me.
I don't know why people ask me.
Everyone asks you about my car.
This guy has a soul too.
You can ask me. I'll tell you. I'll tell you, man.
But thank you.
Hit him up. He likes talking.
Hit me up.
I like talking too, but
I talk to everybody.
It's just a depressing topic.
It's okay. Let's make it positive.
This is my life.
Anyways, check us out in the social media down in the description below. Go subscribe to Mr. Work on a Million Cars at One Time. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out and go start a FundMe account.